Greetings, Nick Logan with Sweetwater, and I'm backstage here at the Alice Cooper Show with the one, the only, Nita Strauss, the Hurricane. Now, Alice Cooper Live, if you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor, go see it, because it's wonderful and it won't go on forever, even though the man's been touring longer than most people have been alive, and it's still outstanding. There are many highlights of the show: monsters, executions, various horrible ways of dying, from guillotines to Iron Maidens. But for me, being a guitar player, one of the highlights is Nita's solo. And here's what it looks like live. Wow, I have to practice.
I have to practice right
now.
Make
these work.
In front of you guys.
What our gracious host is going to do is this. She's going to let us eat her entire deli tray.
Yeah,
and she's also going to break this down into bite-sized chunks. So after she's had a swig of the fine energy juice, let's get bite-sized chunk number one out of the way, shall we? Take it away.
Let's do it. This is the part where I usually get people to get on their feet if they're sitting down. I don't like to see people sitting down during my solo. That is generally the time the guitar solo and the drum solo are, historically the times that people get up and go to the bar or use the restroom. And I don't like to see that happen during my solo. So I hype them up a little bit, and then I go into this next part, which is a little something like this. So when I first came up with this segment of the solo section, I was doing a sort of more traditional hammer-on pull-off. So you can see hammer-on pull-off, picking every other note, so on and so forth. And as I got more comfortable with it, as I developed the solo section a little more, I like palm muting and picking each note because it gives it that sort of more neoclassical.
Wow, that is very neoclassical.
Yeah, what a big difference it makes. Just changes the whole vibe of the lick. So if you want something to sound harder, just play it like that. And then from there we go to one of my very favorite licks, which is this guy here. I love to get out of a run like that with the whammy bar. It's kind of my little get out of jail free card. I mean, you can finish out the run, but it sounds cool, it looks cool, it's easy to do, and it's just another way to add a little bit of pizzazz to what you're doing. So it played slow, it's a little something like this. Like that. You can always slide up to get one of those extra notes with the pinky finger. Again, just adds a little bit of zing to what you're doing. And it's just your basic. Just basic scale down. And the legato technique sounds really nice on that, especially in contrast with the tight palm muting and picking each note. So I like to use that just to create some contrast within the sounds of the solo. So the next part of that little sequence of licks goes back after the descending run. It goes back into the next part of the hammer-on pull-offs, which sounds a little bit like this. play it a little cleaner, but that's what we do. And also at this point in the show, you guys will see later, I'm playing it upside down, so I never see it at this angle. I'm playing, by that point, I have the guitar all the way this way. Yep. So I actually never look at it from this angle to see what I'm actually playing.
And this also proves, folks, she's not faking it. She's not playing air guitar to something we recorded earlier. Nice. One thing I noticed there was your right-hand technique of killing the strings while doing that was really excellent. Could you break down how you do that?
So a lot of times I will mute with this hand. A lot of times if you see me play, you will see me mute over like this. Just as effective, much cooler looking, I think. So it's just as effective, I think, to do it one way or the other. And the other one go, oh my God, how are they doing that? So give it a try. It's a lot of fun.
Now, do you actually practice doing this to make it smooth? Because that was remarkably... the transition was seamless.
No, I only do stuff like that on stage. I don't really practice at home like that. I feel like I should, because I'd probably be better at it, but it's just something I do throughout the show. Everything I do, from the guitar spins to the legato stuff to everything, is all stuff that I try out during the show. And sometimes you try stuff out during the show and you go, oh, okay, that didn't work, never ever do that again. And 9 times out of 10 you go, okay, let's do that again, but do it better next time. And
so let me get this straight. So you developed that technique with like thousands of people watching you possibly mess up.
Oh yeah, definitely. Everything.
No fear, ladies and gentlemen.
Everything,
no fear.
everything I've ever done. Even the first ever guitar, the Malmsteen style around the world guitar throw, I did it for the first time on stage. It was just sort of an in the moment, like, no, and I've never had, knock on wood, I've never had one of those YouTube fails. The guitar's never swung out of the sockets or anything like that. So.
Strap locks.
Strap locks. Always.
And wireless and strap locks.
Wireless and strap locks. I've seen people on YouTube try to do that with a cable, and I don't understand it. I'm tired.
Yeah, people throwing guitars over garden fences.
Oh, do you know how many of those videos I watch a week? I watch so many. I'm like a little kid watching. Some people watch cute puppies. I watch that too, but I watch guitar fails. Everybody sends it to me. Yeah. Because I do that trick on stage every night, I always get tagged, don't do this. And I'm never going to do that because I use the best strap locks that money can buy, which are actually not that expensive. They're just the Dunlop ones, but they're good strap locks.
Another good endorsement. But by the way, if you're one of those folks that does destroy guitars doing that, please keep it up, because that's how I make my living, by you having to buy another guitar. So thank you.
Might I suggest this one?
No, don't throw that.
I'm not going to throw this. No, this is the only one, actually. This is still the only one in existence. This is the NAMM sample. So if any of you guys came to NAMM and tried my guitar out, this is the actual one that you got all fingerprinty. So thank you very much for that. And but I love it. This is still the only one in existence.
That shows you it's good.
Yeah.
Because she's touring with it right now.
Yeah, someone said to me on social media the other day, they said, oh, she probably tours with like 12 of those. I said, no, I actually only have one. It's the same one that everyone played at NAMM, and it was very fingerprinty when I got it back. But that's part of its charm. Where were we? We were playing something
licks? About licks or something, yeah.
So, it's that last part of the solo, which, the last part of the solo before
Were you waving to someone, or was that just a warm-up?
No, just a little stretchy. Okay. I know, it looks like I'm waving to myself in the mirror. So the last part of that little hammer-on pull-off section, you'll see we switch from the tight palm muting into a very open feel when you go up to the high E string. And again, that's just for variety. You can do it, when you use these licks in your own playing, incorporate them however you wish. Use them to your advantage. Palm mute, don't palm mute. But this is how I do it. This is how you just saw me do it in the video. So I'll show you how to do it slowly right now.
Cool.
So switching between the tight palm muting, picking every note, and the more traditional hammer-on pull-off, it just gives it a different vibe, different fluidity, a different sound. When you're using it in your own playing, please incorporate it however you guys want. This is just how I do it. That's how I like to do it in the show. And using the whammy bar at the end is a lot of fun. Try it again. Anytime you're doing hammer-on pull-offs, your right hand's not really that busy. you can always play around with different things, different ways to use the bar to make it a little bit more fun.
As I predicted at the start, because I am Nostradamus, I have to go and practice now because this lady's just shown me up big time. Nita, thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, Nick.
I can't believe you do that stuff for the first time in front of thousands of people. God bless you for that.
It's more fun that way. So life is an adventure.
And there you have it. Nita Strauss.